Hi, my name is Alexis Barber. I'm a Clemson student. I'm a freshman this year in CU 1000. Uh, my student dialogue workshop actually got canceled, so I didn't get to participate in the student talk after the session. Instead, I actually had to read a paper called The Complexity of Identity, Who Am I? By Beverly Daniel Tantum. I found it very interesting. It talks about social problems and political context and family dynamics, historical factors, and individual characteristics that I found very unique and interesting. Throughout the paper, it documents a lot of different scientists and just political figures and people who actually are credible. My favorite section was probably the Who Am I? Multiple Identities. I just found it very interesting, and I could connect to it with my Clemson experience this year. It talks about how people change and kind of incorporate a new identity after changing environments or becoming friends with new people. It actually discussed the political issue of race and racism in society. It talked about the difference between white women and black women in society and how it's changed over time. Yeah, I just thought it was very well written, and I just liked all of her main points in the paper. It goes into a lot of detail about behavioral issues among people, and he actually documents popular essays and popular authors to prove his point. Yeah, overall I just thought it was very interesting and I could really connect to it, so I really enjoyed reading it. My student dialogue actually was supposed to be rape is never okay and is never right. I thought that would have been a very interesting topic because I actually read that 1 in 4 women will be raped before leaving college, and I just think that's a really high number, so I thought it would be very interesting to learn more about that and just see what the statistics are at Clemson. Also, I read more details about the author after reading this because I found it so interesting. And I just think the author's very nice, and I can connect very well to her. Yeah, overall it was a pretty good paper, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really enjoying my time at Clemson also. I think it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of different people and personalities to mix in, and I think that's a lot of what the paper was talking about, is how personalities mix and change and blend, and how identities can change. That's why it's called Who Am I? I just think it portrays Clemson very well because it has a bunch of different people from a bunch of different places and religions and colors, and so I just thought it was a very good dialogue session to end up reading about. Yeah, overall I'm glad I didn't end up going to my student dialogue because I thought it was an interesting paper. I only read it one time though. And then, also the domination and subordination was very interesting. It talked about the psychology of women in society and how that has changed over time and how women have become more empowered. I don't know, I just think that the essay hit a bunch of different points about society and political issues in a very broad spectrum. Yeah, so I think that's it. Yep, go Tigers.